Okay.
So, go for it, Mark. Tell us what we got.
So this is just the fish, just bringing it up to a poaching temperature, just nice and mild, no bubbles, just a nice warm simmer. Then I'll give the assistants just to help me with space on the stove. Just cover it and just finish off the cooking. It's a steaming, poaching type of process in the oven just to finish it off, along with the salmon, so that should come along well. It's lunchtime, so it's the time for the diplomats and guardians to have their animal protein and their veg and their starch when they best can utilise their carbs as well. So we have some fantastic new potatoes dressed here with a bit of lime, fresh parsley, bit of thyme and black pepper, just to give it a bit of spice. We have the echallots in the fish as well as in this cabbage and leek that we have here. It'll be accompanied by carrots, sweet potatoes, fresh asparagus and some lovely zucchini spaghetti just on top. So it's going to be a light, it's nice and warm here. There will be a little bit of warmth from warming foods in the meal to help that metabolism rise. We'll be introducing, of course, the magic spinach at the end, but that's going to be cooked last just to keep its nutrients in there, and yeah, it's going to be great.
Awesome. It smells great already, which is fantastic because we all get to eat it. Well, everyone here gets to eat it anyway. Yes, can't wait for that. So, Mark, tell us a little bit. We have noticed this week that you don't use any salt. You can't find any salt in the kitchen. How do you actually get things that taste good or make things taste good when there is no salt involved?
By cooking the food, like steaming it, poaching it, including the vegetables, keeping them nice and clean, it enables the taste of the vegetables to come through. This at first is of course a little bit different for people who are used to quite a bit of salt, but the introduction of some warming foods, leeks, echallots, and especially herbs and spices, just help to replace that, in fact improve the balance and improve the availability of actually tasting those spices that you're putting in there. Where a sodium or salt can mask that, yes, it may bring out the flavour, but it's bringing out a predominant soda flavour that your palate really likes, where this is giving you a bit more of a boost in a roundabout way and a completely different flavour and ability to taste the different things in there. So, do people miss salt? I don't ever get a complaint from that if they've got plenty of flavour from the other natural herbs and spices that we can introduce into food.
Cool. So if salt is not on your list or if it's lower ranked on your list, then you don't actually need it. Hey, Mark?
That's correct. I don't have any in my personal kitchen, that's for sure.
There you go. So how about poaching? We've had some chicken this week, we've had some fish this week, and it has been the most succulent, tasty, beautiful type of food or meat that I've had for such a long time. How do you poach properly?
I think, first of all, the result that you want to focus on is you want the meat to be nice, soft and juicy and full of flavour still, not dry, not anything else like that. So what particularly in the home life, in the professional kitchen, we'd have a warm spot and a slightly cooler spot where we could move the chicken to slowly cook through in a little bit of its own broth. E.g. chicken is in chicken stock, fish is in chicken stock, beef is in beef stock, etc. So how I do it, and I have some here if you just want to come in, I'm just slightly bringing this back up to a poaching temperature, just below boiling. Once it's reached that and it's comfortable at that temperature throughout the dish, I'll wrap it to keep the steam in there, so it's a part poach, part steam process, and I just put it in the pre-heated oven, around about 180 degrees in there, and just let it sit in there for 5-10 minutes, nice and slow, and just let it cook at its own pace, nothing vibrant, no bubbles, no boiling, which is going to break the thing up and start it to dry. So we're encapsulating all the stock, all the flavours that I put in there, and it will be nice and moist.
Very good. And that is in a Pyrex dish, is it? And it's
That's it, yeah. Any oven-proof dish that can withstand heat, so no plastic bowls, nothing like that, something that is, of course, suited for its environment.
Perfect. Awesome. And yeah, we can definitely vouch for the poached meats we've had this week with Mark. They've been so succulent and juicy and beautiful. So, on that note, we haven't had a lot of oil in anything this week either. How do you cook when there's no oil on your list or oil is really low on your list, but you're used to doing it all the time?
If you get, especially with protein meats, if you've got a non-stick pan, a good quality non-stick pan that is going to not burn the meat, is not going to allow the meat to stick, then you can just give it a quick sear on a warm hot plate, as I have done with this salmon, and you can finish it off in the oven. Convection ovens are great, they're circulating air, they're getting a bit of moisture. What I also do as well is just put a little bit of stock in there to create some moisture and just place it straight in there. If you've got oils that are on your list as well, there's both not cooking and with cooking, then in high heat temperatures use your avocado oils, your rice bran oils, etc. just to help you, and you don't have to put a lot, it's only to help not so much give the flavour, but to allow the fish to the oil to transfer the heat to the item, the protein that you're trying to cook, and that's good. Your vegetables don't need anything. I like a little bit of stock to give it an extra bit of flavour. That provides the moisture. It helps also for the flavours of your herbs and spices to be absorbed into this liquor and to then be shared around everything that you've got in there.
Awesome. So cool. On that note, with dressings and things like that to go on the sides, or sauces and things like that to go on the side, sorry. On that note, with sauces and dressings, it's common to use oil in those. We had something awesome the other night that was just with vinegar and mint and some chili, and it tasted fantastic with the lamb.
Sure.
What kind of hints have we got for people when they're trying to make something, an accompaniment for foods?
Again, your herbs and spices, if you've got that in there, you've got a base of flavour. To bring your palate to life, which you like, if you have a salad or you have something that you want to dress a vegetable with, you can use your vinegars. Vinegars is one of those things that's explosive and carries flavour on your palate. It helps to freshen it up and crisp it. You can also use, as well as that, citrus juices that also have the same bang wang on your palate. You can fill it down with a little bit of water, but you can certainly use your good oils that you may have in your 360 profile, which is your avocado oil, which is good for heating, your flaxseed oil, which also you can have a bit, and of course your olive oil, which can also be a carrier for any herbs and spices like that as well. So it's a case of using juices. You can add a little bit of water as well if you want to thin it down rather than having too much vinegar, and use it sparingly. So make it full with flavour and what you want. We've had a lot of chili, a lot of mint, a lot of other herbs, a lot of turmeric, and that being put in there. So just add the oil until it really brings this flavour out. You can taste everything and balance it that way. So you don't need a great amount because there is a huge amount of flavour in there.
Awesome. Such good tips. And we've had some things like bamboo this week. When there's something on your PH 360 list that is not familiar to you, what's the best way of working with it?
The thing is, first of all, is to introduce yourself to it. Find out where. Go and get it, and to experiment with it at your own time, at your own leisure. This is great because you then put yourself in the process of tasting it. Bamboo is typically, its origins or its use is very much in Asian cooking, but we used it in a Diplomat Guardian evening casserole where they had a lot of green leafy veg. It adds texture, it adds great flavour, it adds a lot of spirit and character to the dish if you cut it in a nice little angle, and people loved it. I mean, it was new to a lot of people and they all loved it. It was combined well with other green veg that the mind naturally thinks of, let's say, an Asian style of thing, as well as things like water chestnuts, which give great mild subtle flavour and absolutely fantastic texture. And yeah, what is this? Was the remark, and they all know it now, they've all experienced it, and they all want to, on their phones, trying to find out where it is. So even things like fennel that are common in the market but might be new to people, go and buy it, don't be afraid of it, give it a cook, give it a try it on its own, really enjoy the flavour. It's one of my favourite vegetables, and I love, of course, to teach people as a favourite vegetables, you just transferring the passion. But yeah, not to be scared of to try them. Use some recipes as a guide. The internet's there to help you as well, all the information you can get. But first of all, seek out the availability, find out where it is. Also, when you're going to find out, have a look in the shop at what else is there. Just carry your 360 phone with you to have a look, or to just do a look up on an item someone's trying to give to you. Your 360 will tell you potentially more, if not equal to what the shopkeeper's trying to tell you as well. So it's a great tool to have that. Use food as an educational scope and go and have a look and see what it goes with.
Great idea. So,
And
let
don't
me know.
overcook your veg.
Yeah. Unless you're a censor or a crusader, then go for it.
Yes, of course.
So we don't want to overcook dinner here too much, so I'll let you do a couple of things. In the meantime, I think Jules is around. Jules! One thing that comes up often is that it's all well and good when you're cooking your own food and you can control what goes in your foods when you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you go out?
Oh wow! When you go out to your, like,
There we go, now I can see you again.
ah,
Go. Yeah, what happens when you go out?
when you go out, what happens when I go out actually is I know I'm a little braver than some people, just a tiny bit, right? But one of the things that I do is I scan the entire menu, and then I find the thing that is the most like what I can currently have and what I'm choosing to eat on my P360, and then I look around the menu and I find other ingredients I might want to add or some that I might want to subtract. And sometimes, like if there's just nothing on the menu, and let's just say you go somewhere and it's like all French food or something crazy with sauces everywhere and all that, well, all you have to do is just look through the menu, find all the ingredients that you can see, because the kitchen has all the ingredients. And trust me, the nicer the restaurant is, the more they want to please you. And also, even just some mom and pop kind of places, they love to make it special just for you too. And so what you can do is you just take your ingredients, put them together in little bits. So, you know, like for instance, I look at a menu and there's like nothing. And so I say, okay, look, they've got spinach in something else, they've got some broccoli, they've got some asparagus, and then I ask them to make a stir fry with those. Or maybe I ask them for some potatoes from one dish and the vegetables from another dish. I mean, like, just to mix it up. And what I discovered, I know this is, you know, it could go the other way, but for the most part, what I've discovered is that for some reason, when I put the meal together, it seems like it's a whole lot less expensive too. So, you know, take your chances and see what you get.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Cool. So that's definitely one option for going out for dinner. That is excellent. Just make up your own, whether it's on the menu or not, because they're gonna want you to eat. So, all right, we're back over here with Mark. What are you doing, Mark?
I'm just towards the end now, just putting the spinach through the cabbage, leek and the shallot. This also has some grape cumin in here, and a little bit of caraway seeds, and a little bit of fresh vegetable stock just to help everything break down a bit more quicker. The carrots are on the stem, the potatoes are being seasoned. I'm just about to reheat the vegetable spaghetti and the sweet potato. The fish is nicely in the oven. The asparagus is just resting there ready.
Awesome. Now, Mark, you are cooking for 13 people. Sorry, let me say that again. You're cooking for 13 people, and all these people are different biotypes, and they have different foods on their PH360 list. How do you do it?
How do I do it? First and foremost, the 13 are different biotypes. They're completely different people, as we all know. They're individuals. So first of all, I want to know them, particularly as a person, what their food outputs are and what their food is. Most importantly, what their portion sizes are, and also the ranking and the timings of their food. So once I've established that, I can also then, with 13 people, look at the commonality between these 13. You find a lot of vegetables are high on the majority of people's lists, or they're included in a different, let's say, frequency. E.g., you find the high ones, the spinaches, the fennels, the leeks, etc. So this enables me to identify, let's say, items that I can combine together and make it in a larger volume, which is suiting everybody. Of course, you can see many dishes around here. I do have a few to suit that individual profile. One lady can't have cauliflower or broccoli, so that's being kept to one side, but she can have asparagus, so I'll give her just a little bit more asparagus. So it's very much then with the protein, and why I've got two today is that it's more excellent and higher rated for some people, the bass on their menu, than it is the salmon. Actually, these people have quite high in salmon, so this is the second time in the last fortnight they're going to have it. So it's just balancing, and also doing things in a style and making use of the oven where I've got enough room in the kitchen to be able to do this. And finishing things off as well, also including the garnishes, what is best for them, the seasonings, which is best for them. So this one in a minute I'm going to separate into 2 pots just to add something to it to meet one lady's requirements and to add something else to it that she obviously can't have. So it's just the knowledge of knowing what is best for that single person and then organising and preparing for that.
Cool. And if someone's going to do that with their family at home?
But I mean, it's quite a common question, and puts a lot of fear in people about my partner doesn't eat this. So it's become time-consuming and a bit of a annoyance, and it's prevented me from doing this. I mean, where there's time is in question. If you have the food with you whilst you're cooking your fish or your chicken or whatever it is you're doing for yourself, and let's say the other person wants another animal protein that's beef, you can have a pan here and searing it at the same time. So you're just making better use of your time. A lot of your fruits, a lot of your vegetables, a lot of your fruits, a lot of the items that are on your list, you will find maybe also good if it's another biotype who's with 360 that you're cooking for. If it's not someone out of that environment, you're still not harming them by giving them the veg that you want, and then in a separate pan just cooking their protein or whatever. If they're a vegetarian, use the veg that you have for yourself and make up a little sauce on the side, just to cut everything through and just try to combine and utilise everything so you're making the use of the time. Most importantly, you're making sure that you're having what you want and you're flexible to sit down with that person and have a great meal because you considered them and put it on there as well. So it's the case of if you're cooking steak for your partner, you can go out and buy the steak and have it here ready and just place it at the end of you put all the veg and the starch in there and just put the steak on top and you'll serve the partner to be in there. And I think it's very important to share, make sure that everyone around you, especially the close family, is aware of what you're trying to do, what your goals are, what the benefits of it are, and share that so they fully understand everything and there's a family unitedness towards what goes on there. And of course, a lot of people is a social thing where they get in the so yeah, meet them and just think a little bit heavier. For instance, we have salmon and fish, 2 different items. I'm going to give the commonality on the base and I'm going to top it off with those things that are different and a little bit of sauce that's different as well goes on at the last minute. Helps me to diversify the requirements and the likings that I'm trying to.
Whoa, I love it. And I know that Jules does a heap of cooking for PH360. Just when the team's around, when we're off doing things around the world or we're travelling or however we're doing things, Jules, you got any tips as well?
For people that are cooking for large groups? Yes.
Or just the family?
Just the family. Yes, I do. And so one of the things that we've really had fun with and that you guys might enjoy too is we make bowls of various ingredients. So we prepare, like I will make a little special saute, for instance, of maybe something zucchini, and then I'll put another little bowl of like a massaged fennel, because fennel's one of my very favorite things now since PH360. I used to hate it. I was like, "Argh." But now I love fennel. And so you just take the fennel, put it in a bowl, very thinly sliced, you put some lemon, and if you have an oil, or you could put lime or lemon, or actually you could put any of your liquids that you wanted to, even like coconut water, whatever's high priority for your PH360. And then if you want a little bit of oil, whatever oil that is, it could be, whatever one is yours, just a little bit on there. And then also, there's also some herbs that are in your PH360, and you can take those herbs and sprinkle it in, and then you just massage it like this. I mean, literally, until it is this really juicy, delectable. You can do that with onions, with fennel, with carrots, with any of the veggies that are the firmer veggies. If you want them to be raw but just have a quick peel, you can do that also, just to kind of change it up. So you make like all these little plates, and then you sit down and everybody makes their own little salads, or it could be on top of a potato if potatoes are high priority for you, so potato. There's all kinds of different ways to do it like that.
Serve yourself.
Yeah.
I like it. Very cool. Mark, what have we got going on over here?
We peanut zucchini spaghetti. Lovely bit of black pepper. I don't need to add any more spices except from a bit of flat leaf parsley. It's going to go on the top as a nice presentation. The presentation needs a lot of sweetness, but that ensures that, and it just keeps it nice and light because I put the plate, it is a garnish, and I put the plate.
Very cool. And we've been talking about cooking for lots of people. What about when you are only cooking for one person? You're only cooking for yourself? Because sometimes it can feel like it's a lot of effort just to do a whole meal or a whole big thing for one person. You got any tips for that?
I think it's all about remembering where you want to get to. And for every meal or for every time that you need to feed yourself with the right stuff to get you to where you want to be, that's what you're doing. You're doing something that is good for you. So it stimulates you and takes maybe the negativity of just cooking for yourself or preparing for yourself. If you go home and you need to do something fresh for yourself that's not pre-prepared, then yeah, you're cooking for that lifestyle that you want, and it's quality time for you. And I think that's the, let's say, the mind side to think about it. And it's all just very much quantity. Having on hand what you need in the portion size that you need. And maybe also, if you want to utilise this time, to consider maybe doing a bit more in there. So tomorrow night when you come home, let's say it's a stock or a stew, you can make a larger portion and bulk and have it available in your fridge. For a guardian or diplomat, of course, this is great to have that always lying about. It's just keeping in mind that you're actually doing something for how you want to feel and the goals you want to reach, rather than this being a chore.
Awesome. So good. And that zucchini is looking fabulous. Oh, can I take it away? Oh, look. There it is. Oh, zucchini spaghetti. I love it. All right. Now, Mark, with the food specialist team, of course, Mark is part of our food specialist team, and a lot of people struggle in the kitchen, even though they know the information, even though they know what pieces of foods they are meant to be eating. Mark, tell us what the benefits are of having a coach help you with your foods. Wow, that sounds like an awesome experience. So if a food coach is something that you would really enjoy or you really benefit from, then have a chat to these guys. Actually, just go to phbcc.me/food-specialist, and we'll put that link in the video down below anyway, so you can have a look at it. But if you need that support, if you want that support, then that is a great team. Our food specialist team is incredible. There is Mark on there, there is beautiful exotic Regina Lee with all her awesome food, and it's also got Cam on there as well, so great team to get behind. Now, one more thing I want to mention as well was that the exciting things to come. We're actually really looking forward to launching our menu planner coming up soon. I can't give you a date yet, but please know that it is coming. And that is where you'll be able to go into Shay or into your PH360 and click a button that says, plan my menu for the week. And Shay will say, here you go. Here is your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner for the week. Oh, and here's your shopping list, so you know exactly what to get. So it's going to be very awesome, super easy and super simple, especially for those people who like to do things just on their own. So we are really looking forward to that coming out very soon. And I think, is dinner almost ready, Mark?
We're starting to play now, yes?
We are going to start plating up. Yay! So we're going to be putting food on the plate so you can actually see what it looks like. And like Mark was saying before, presentation is sometimes for some people it's actually really important too. So just making things look nice on the plate can make us feel even more satisfied. Alright, let's have a look and see what's going on with that. Mark, what are some of the secrets to plating up to make it look nice?
The thing is about the layers. I wanted to make sure that the food is well balanced for a person, both in, let me say, mainly in the quantity that they have. This time of day, as an example, the diplomat is going to have his card. It's their main meal. It's their main meal for the day. It's when their absorption and everything is best and most active for them. So I want to make sure that I take advantage and provide them this so that their body gets everything it needs. So I actually do things in layers where I really, carbohydrates is the main one, for instance. I want to make sure that I can see what they're having. And I just quickly do a base up, which I don't. Doing it this way, I'm giving the dish the ability to have plenty of height.
And why do we want it to have some height?
It looks nice.
Because it looks nice. I love that. I like pretty things, so it's good that it looks nice.
It's the difference between these people saying wow and wow.
It's the wow factor. So that one is the cabbage. And the sweet potato. Did you just put sweet potato on top and then let it?
On there.
Oh.
And what's really good, what I would do first, because it's mainly, I get a lot of questions about, from diplomats and guardians about their veg, like they're being encouraged to be vegetarians, etc., and confused whether they can have animal protein or not. Now is the time to do it. So I've given a good amount of carbs. I've given a start of a good bed of nice green vegetables. Their protein goes on top. Just to add a bit of colour and a little bit more carbohydrate there. The vegetable spaghetti.
Wow, this is looking really good.
Of course, now, just to help with the flavour and their metabolism and to encourage it a little bit more, they've got some beautiful pickled soupy ginger. On the majority of people, it's really fantastic, clean, great flavour, great colour, and
And if you haven't tried the pickled sushi ginger before, then we suggest you give it a try because everyone has been commenting about how tasty it's been on the food this week, Mark. It's been awesome.
of course it's also there to help the food to be digested, and also a bit of a warming food as well to help raise that metabolism. So also what I like to do with the diplomat and the sensor is to make sure that it's just a good fair bit of, I'm using the cooking liquor, so it's packed with the flavour of the herbs and the spices. It's not a gravy that's made with heavy oils or flour or anything else like that, and the moisture just helps the digestive system as well as the flavour. So
Wow. If you would like to have something like that for lunch, then just leave us a comment below. Because I think whoever is getting this today is going to be loving it.
Yeah.
We'll let them please.
There it goes. Who's it going to? Who's the lucky person? Everyone else is sitting around the table ready for their food. We love it. Cool. Well, I think that probably brings us to the end of our cooking session or our food session with Mark today. Thank you so much, Mark. We're going to flip that around to you in a second. But we hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave us some comments. Let us know what you'd like to see as well. Share it with anyone you think would benefit from it too. And of course, we're doing this all for you. So please let us know your feedback, what you'd like to see, because yeah, we're here for you. This is what it's for.
100% here for you guys. And so we love you and we're excited to hear your comments. And just let us know what you love and we'll just keep giving it to you so that you guys can have everything that you need with your PA360.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for your time.
Woohoo! It's been awesome.
Woo!
Yeah.